Once again, I greet you. I am Ivan Troshnak, broadcasting a little show 2 to 3 times a week to our comrades back in Russia. I'd like to start off first with some fresh news from Russia. Yes, it's true. Russian scientists have conclusively proven that if and when automakers turn actual driving into a math problem, a super huge on-road danger will be eliminated, and geeks will become almost instantly not only good but also safe driver too. Oh, the future is bright, my not so open-eyed friend. The future is bright. Of course, lot of white American being crashing twice for every mile driven then, because they're not that good at math. The end. Now let's see what else we got here from the fresh news from Russia. Oh yeah. A Russian mathematician calculate 1,000 U.S. men die in World War II armed services for country for every one U.S. service woman would die for country in World War II. Oy. U.S. male biggest sap in universe. Yeah, we have many Russian women die fighting fiercely in World War II against the Nazis. Anybody attack our country, our women are feared by the enemy. So, surely U.S. feminists want to correct vast inequality on battlefield by forming and womanizing the fighting all feminist divisions. Oh, divisions, all feminist divisions. The fighting all feminist divisions, that's good. In U.S. Army and Marine Corps, like feminists saying, the best man for job is a feminist. Feminists still rule. Yeah. Who needs sexist, misogynistic men who are sex assaulter, rapists, and pud puller to take and hoard all the good war combat jobs? Give some to the fighting feminist divisions, I'd say. Feminists, charge. Let me see your war faces, girls. Now, I mean, ladies. Or women's. Now let me see those war faces without makeup. Good. God love you, God protect you, and that concludes that fresh news from Russia. Now let's see. A little bit more fresh news from Russia. Oh, I see you are enjoying it, my 1-0 friend out there. Oh yeah, there you are. You're hiding back there. You're in my mind, but I see you very clearly. We Russians, we never get rid of our little pretend friends that we have as children. No, they are always our companions. Fresh news from Russia. Careful studies in Mama Russia had determined that gayness do exist in Russia. Ooh. It not only exists, but it grows ever alarmingly fast. Russian mathematician and sociology professors calculate that if gayness continues to grow in Russia at present radical rate, by 2075, there be a minimum of 2 and a maximum of 3 gay Russian men or women, or combination of the two sexes in Mama Russia. Staggeringly huge numbers. Russia not see this type of invasive species since Mongol horde envelop and hold Russia for 400 years by the short hairs. That is the end of the quote. Personally, I'm very glad Mongols only grab Russian by short hair. We're lucky they not known as happy horde. Yeah, the happy horde might have, they might have been interested in a little more than the short hairs. Now let's see. Mother Russia. We call this this segment "Did You Know?" Generally, I didn't know, but I'm learning a lot. Learning a lot about America, learning a lot about my comrades, learning a lot about myself, digging deep and finding a pretty shallow person inside. I was, amazed how shallow I was. But, you can always work on your depth. We call this segment, Did You Know? Did you know I already just said that? Then if you did, you were paying attention. Well, did you know that in a totally unbiased survey, Russian women were voted to be most beautiful in the world? Let's see here. Survey taken and given to totally at random Russian woman who swore oath that they unbiased. Well, I don't know about you, but that's good enough for me. And I consider myself to be very unbiased to the fault. The end. Did you know Russia? Did you know in Russia there are very few women like Hillary Clinton? Oh, that's a shame. Feelings of superiority, overrated sense of self-worth, deluded sense of personal accomplishments, poor appraisal of one's own intellect, Machiavellian sense of political ambition, and mean to the bone are not the traits of our lovely Russian woman. Because they are the exact traits or behaviors of our Russian men. That's kind of insulting. How can they say that about the Russian men? So Hillary liked Russian men. I know I had good reason to like her. She's a wonderful, wonderful woman. And now that I know that she's like us, if I had a vote, she would be getting my vote. Because, personality traits like that make great leaders. As you can see in the many, many Russian men about the world, including our great, Vladimir Putin. Now, let's see. You got to stay organized, or they think you're a capitalist. Okay. So, that's going to be my catchphrase for when I try to tidy you up like like an organized mind might. Got to be tidy or they might mistake you for a capitalist. Did you know Russians got Bill Clinton's DNA, and they say under microscopic examination, after DNA strands stop trying to bugger themselves, they discovered Bill genetically the missing link. He not only fully formed, he not fully formed human being. He half man, half ape, half horse's ass. To me, sounds like too much halves. That half horse's ass have to go, but not go with his head slung low for being a missing link. He also maybe keep his dangling sausage link out of the rest of the world's pink. That kind of rhymes, huh? Yeah. He also maybe keep his dangling sausage link out of the rest of the world's pink. Some kind of coded language there that I don't really understand. It doesn't translate back that well into the native language. Next, did you know the hills are alive with the sound of the rabbits doing their best imitation of Bill Clinton at a slumber party for overaged, irrelevant Washington, D.C. douchebags trying to get lucky? I didn't know that, no. Those rabbits, they are lascivious little son of a guns. Now we have excuse me. I dropped the grenade. Not for real. If I did, you would soon see my explosive personality. Did you, poor silly Russian joke. Did you know God created the world in 6 days? And on the 7th day, he played golf. His combined score for 18 holes was 19 strokes. Yeah, he knows show off. So he took 2 strokes on a par 5 hole. Played in the middle of the Milky Way using stars and black holes and just his breath as his golf club. Well, who's to tell God how to play golf, and who's going to say that his breath was not regulation golf club? You might, but not this Russian. This Russian's not that bright, but he's bright enough to know not to say that. So let's see, using stars and black holes and just his breath as golf clubs, I'd like to have been his caddy for that day. That would have been fantastic. A little trip around excuse me, starting to sound like a Porky Pig. A little trip around the galaxy, the Milky Way with God. Maybe he let me shoot around, he'd be my caddy. Who knows? God can be very humble. The Russians, it's difficult to be so. Did you know every 35 seconds someone yells Eureka as they poop out an old gold tooth filling that came loose and got swallowed while they were eating some pasta? Some pasta. It's starting to sound like an Italiano. Did you know saying the ancient Egyptian words tete, nete, nene, ru, net, ru 3 times in quick succession will make your penis 1/2 inch longer, even if you're a girl? Yeah, I'll have to try that. But I don't think I'll try that if I ever have a sex operation. That might be counterproductive. Okay, let's see here. Did you know baseball catchers prefer pooing standing up? Afterwards, wrapping toilet paper around catcher's mitt for a thorough wiping. Well, everybody has their own technique for taking care of the business on the downside, low side. And, the catchers are not going to let the balls get past them, or the the skid marks, embarrass them later on in the shower room. Did you know the first man to wear a diamond earring was the guy who actually discovered the Hope diamond? Seems he stumbled out. Excuse me, I got distracted there for a second. Seems he stumbled in the very large and angular diamond as he was falling, broke his fall by piercing his left ear and skull almost simultaneously. Piercing his left ear and skull almost simultaneously as it killed him. Curses. How silly, Hope Diamond, these silly ideas and curses, they start their imaginations of a sick mind. I know, I'm very worried about curses all the time, and I got a very sick mind. Did you know the average Del Taco customer expels, after dining there, enough gas to power a top-of-the-line nuclear submarine for 13 full years? That is, if they ran on fart gas instead of nuclear power, of course. I sure, after hearing that, there will be no fish in the oceans protesting nuclear power anymore. Well, I believe that is basically pretty much what we have to offer in this show. For my comrades back in Russia, they only give us a small segment of time to broadcast to you, to speak to you, always from the heart. And we are always looking for fresh news from Russia, what's going on. We have access to the internet, but it's pretty much propagandized. And we create propaganda. We don't get sucked into or brainwashed by propaganda. First rules of propaganda: never believe your own propaganda, and consider anybody else's propaganda unreliable. So I'm going to say goodbye, bid you farewell. All my love, all my soul and love for Mama Russia and all my comrades back there. Love and affection for anybody who may view this broadcast here in America. Take all the love I give to Russia from my soul, from my heart. Divided by two, that's the love, America, I give to you. Good evening.